blonde-haired
white woman.
Very white.
It crushed it.
Not even a spicy white.
I don't celebrate that. And me as a biracial woman, I understand
that's weird, right?
That's weird. I'm not gonna celebrate their children that they have. If they have children.
Wait, you're not gonna celebrate the?
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, like, it's not. Their relationship is not something that it doesn't make me be like, yes, like, some people together, you're like,
even though that's how you got here.
Together.
That's how we all got here. A white woman and a black man.
I don't mind seeing black women with white men. It gets even more toxic for me.
Oh, you're toxic. What? Bitch,
I don't.
what? Hold on.
All right, guys. So I stumbled across this very interesting conversation between a whole bunch of women that I know nothing about, right? Apparently they are famous for being famous. I have no clue. Okay, I don't even know if they're actually famous, but it's the See the Thing Is podcast with Bridget Kelly and Mandy B. So yeah, that's who they are. I don't know who they are, right? But I've just seen this clip floating around, and all I know is that the things they're saying is absolutely wild, right? As they're talking about interracial couples and why they don't celebrate interracial couples, right? And the conversation here is going to be one of these conversations that, a lot of people, particularly black men, have pointed out about black women, right? When it comes to interracial dating, which is that there's this expectation that as a black man, you can't date outside your race, right? Or you're selling out black women, right? You hate black women, you don't want to be with one, blah, blah, whatever, right? But nobody says anything about black women, right? Dating outside of their race. Okay, it's never a problem, it's never an issue. In fact, it's actually celebrated among them. And this hypocrisy here is going to be highlighted and confronted so clearly that it is fascinating to watch them try to reconcile the stunning hypocrisy. And just so you guys understand the type of women we're dealing with here, I want to play this clip that can basically sum up how at least one of these women feel about white men.
People asking me my thoughts on interracial dating, and I would never date a white man. I don't want to see pink dick to save my life. It's so funny. There was a tweet where it was this woman shaking the fork. It was like, this is how I feel when my friends say try white dick, and it's like, oh, gross, yuck. I don't want it. I don't want it. But
yeah, so you guys should clearly understand the type of women that we're dealing with here. And I just want to say it's totally fine for them to have those views. I don't care about them having those views. They're entitled to have their views about their dating preferences. However, I want you guys to imagine how would people feel if all these women were having this conversation and they were white, right? Do you think that this type of conversation will be okay in regards to the way that they're talking about this? That is what I want people to think about as we go through this video. But before I get into this, I also want you guys to think about your skincare routine and how that can affect your potential dating pool. That's why I'm excited to have Teach Hanley as the sponsor of today's video. You've heard me talk about them before, and you're going to keep hearing me talk about them because I know the positive impacts the products will have on your life. Seriously, I still don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. Teach Hanley makes taking care of your skin uncomplicated. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with SPF 20, and a PM moisturizer. Oh, and to make it dead simple for guys like us, they provide this instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. It definitely comes in clutch. Skincare wasn't always something I took seriously, but now that I have, I wish I would have started sooner. But you don't just have to take my word for it, because they have over 5,000 5-star reviews from customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teach Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, access to exclusive monthly deals, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teach Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description and you'll get 30% off your first box plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
What'd you say?
Aside from Jonathan Major's taste in women, he's attractive.
Oh, no, she was just talking about Jay-Z. Go back to Jonathan Majors.
To my fucked up point of view, and I understand. I have something tweaked in me.
Okay.
I have been admiring him and his work for a long time.
Okay.
I've been looking at his little Vogue at home videos and everything. Cute. And I was like, wow, he is attractive. I like his way of being. I bet he has a white girlfriend. There was something in me that felt that when it comes out, it's going to be a white woman.
No. Again, the thing that just comes to my mind when I hear these people talk, I'm just like, again, just imagine if a white man said, oh, this girl right here, she dates blacks, right? She look like she dates blacks. Again, I'm just saying, I just thought this whole conversation, I just imagine if these people were white, how awkward, right? How uncomfortable would this sound? Okay, I just find it fascinating how certain people can talk this way and others can't.
And when Antoinette revealed to me that he was in Sweden somewhere with a blonde-haired white woman.
Very white.
It crushed it.
Not even a spicy white.
I don't celebrate that. And me as a biracial woman, I understand
that's weird, right?
That's weird. I'm not going to celebrate their children that they have.
You know what's weirder? Is actually caring, right? I don't care about anybody's children and what their kids' race are or who they mate with or who they sleep with. People that care about this stuff, that look at other people's relationships and say, oh, you with a white woman or you with a black man or you with a black, like, why does it matter? The only time it ever matters to me is when you have the woke revolutionaries, right? The AOCs of the world, the Don Lemons that, you know, oh, we hate white men so much, white supremacy, white toxic masculinity, but yet they like white men, right? That, to me, is like the only time I actually care. But again, we're going to get into some crazy hypocrisy here, right, in a little bit.
Wait, so you're not going to celebrate the...
Oh, my God.
I'm just saying, like, their relationship is not something that it doesn't make me be like, yes, like, you know, some people together, you're like,
even though that's how you got here.
Together.
That's how we all got here. A white woman and a black man.
But here's the thing, right?
I'm like that lady down the street that permed my hair when I was younger, mumbling.
Like, this bitch don't know what the fuck she's doing.
White mom.
Like, you know what? But you know what I think that stems from, right? And I think we're seeing a lot more of it now, and it gets under my skin as well. We have been ridiculed and critiqued on both sides of the fence our entire existence, right? We're never white enough for the white people. We're never black enough for the black people. For some black people, however we identify, however we choose to participate in cultural conversations, it's always under the magnifying glass. And I think part of what we're seeing now and what I get agitated about is this concept that now, because it's commercially trendy and attractive for people to be in interracial relationships, it's become a presentation of diluted blackness versus its own us being having a mixed experience that is completely separate from everything else. And I think that's the part that I'm resentful about, is seeing, you know, and somebody brought it up to me. It was like, well, aren't you happy to see like all these mixed families in Cheerios commercials? And my response is no, because it's not. The storytelling is not a mixed story. The storytelling is, this is what's digestible for white people. This is the version of blackness that works for white people, which is...
Again, I'm not sure if I'm buying into that, right? I'm not sure that white people care how dark a black person is in a commercial, unless they're super dark, right? To the point where it's like obviously noticeable. It's like, wow, this person's super dark. But you also get the same reaction when somebody's super pale or super white. Okay. But more than anything, you know, I think what you see here with these people that are biracial, right? Which, I mean, technically, I mean, is everybody kind of mixed with some race, right? Is that there's insecurity here, right? They're insecure about their blackness, right? Or their whiteness, right? When it's like, you shouldn't live life worried about your skin color, right? This is why the colorblind approach is the best approach. Because if you have a colorblind approach, then all this stuff is not things that you actually have to worry about. These people are going to live their lives trying to prove how black they are or to prove how white they are, depending on what side of the fence they want to be on, right? And they'll never be just comfortable with themselves. Okay. They're very confused. And this is why you see a lot of these super pro-black people, like Colin Kaepernick, they tend to be mixed race because they're trying to prove their blackness. So they go to an extreme to prove that, hey, I'm just as black as, the next guy, right? Which, I mean, again, it's very silly. But again, I have no issues with the general conversation. I'm just saying, if a white person said, look, I don't want to see no mixed race couples, again, I want everybody to have the same non-reaction to that, right, that people have to this right here. Because this is normalized stuff, okay? It's completely normalized. But you only can say this if you are not white. If you're white and you're concerned about the skin color of other people's babies, okay, or the preservation of the white race or whatever, right? You don't want to intermingle. You just want to be among your own folks. You are demonized, right? You're bigot, okay?
Which is not the same thing. So I'm resentful of seeing mixed race couples when it's like, damn,
But outside of television then, what about if you're just at a restaurant?
I don't mind seeing black women with white men. It gets even more toxic for me.
Oh, you're toxic.
Wow. So you don't like seeing interracial couples when you're talking about black men with white women. But when it comes to black women with white men, I'm totally fine with that. Incredible.
What?
I don't. What? Hold on. So you don't like? Oh.
It's toxic. I'm not saying
Wow.
you're claiming
Okay.
that there's makes any sense. I'm just telling you how I feel. It's fucked up.
Why do you feel that way?
Because for some reason, I feel like all of the black women that I know that are in relationship with white men are being loved up. They are exalted. They're taken care of. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he is riding for this woman and loves her to death. And I'm like,
you don't believe black men do that for white women?
I don't. I guess there's something salty in me that why these men that we admire and are proud of in the ways that they show up in the world as musicians, as actors, as people that now have money, why is their love being projected onto a white woman?
But then,
a black man couldn't think the same thing about a black woman being with a white man, which me personally, I don't care. Be who you want to be with. I personally don't give a damn. But again, it's these people that are obsessed with this stuff. But the hypocrisy here is just absolutely stunning. Okay? Again, this type of stuff you see all the time from the wokest among us. Again, AOC, Don Lemon, they love the great white pipe, right? They don't like seeing other people with whites, but they want to be with whites, right? Which, nothing wrong with that. I don't care. But it's just, to me, the anti-white rhetoric, but wanting to be with somebody white, okay? To me, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It's almost as if they're trying to smear all whites, right? So that they can get the good ones, right? So other people don't want them and they can just have it all to themselves. I'm just saying, I don't see how you can say you don't like or you don't want to celebrate interracial couples, which again, I mean, that's not anything to celebrate in general, right? You shouldn't be celebrating the skin color of couples. I think that's stupid. But regardless, I'm just saying, if you don't like it, you don't necessarily approve of it, right? How in the world can you be okay with it when it comes to black women and white men? Again, Tiffany Cross. She always got a whole bunch of junk to talk about white men, but one of the very few pictures I've seen of her with men has been white men. Like the creepy porn lawyer, Michael Avenatti, right? She was hugged up on him, her white zaddy, right? I'm just saying.
Let me ask you, with the other women that we looked up to, of course, Serena Williams being one, Eve, and we've talked about Eve so much on this. Okay, so there's women that we've looked up to, that we've loved, and whether it be their style of dress. Serena Williams being the best athlete of all time, they chose white men to not only be with but procreate with. So I want to know the understanding of where you look up to black men and you have a disdain for them being with white women, but when we look up to black women, there's almost a celebration around them getting with a white man.
I can't.
Yeah, because they see it as leveling up, right? They're trying to level up on the black man, so they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get me a white man," and that's totally fine, right? But again, if a black man goes to get a white woman, oh no, you can't do that, right? You hate black women. But in regards to what she was saying about Serena Williams, she's 100% on point. You know how many black men lust after Serena Williams? A whole lot of them, okay? But she went and married a white man. And nobody cares, right? Nobody, maybe Drake cares, but nobody cares, right? People aren't mad at her for the decision that she made. They're just like, okay, that's what she did. And the hypocrisy is just stunning.
I sit here and y'all tell me, help me through this. I don't have a logical answer. I know
You just
there's
know it makes
something
you feel-
distorted
it makes
in
you
me
feel
that
away.
when I see this,
because-
it makes
hold on.
me feel away. And when I see another couple interracial, it's not the fact of being interracial that bothers me at all. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even tap on my nerves or trigger me in any way as being a biracial person. I don't feel like my biracialness has anything to do with it, or at least I'm not aware of that. But I know that I have this bias there.
I think my bias comes from Black men have been so vocal about the fact that they date other races instead of Black women.
Yeah.
And that's why it rubs me the wrong way. Like
Yes.
if you like white women, that's fine. Like I can understand anyone being attracted to anybody based on common interests, based on, common talents,
Yes.
whatever it is that attracts you to a person. I believe in love firmly. But
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's not even true, right? Most people overwhelmingly date within their race. I think only like 15% of couples are interracial, right? So again, Black men overwhelmingly date Black women. I don't know what these people are talking about. It's like these women have made up this thing in their head about how, Black men don't want to date Black women, when that's overwhelmingly what people do. And again, that's just true across all races, right? They usually get married to somebody that is within their race. But again, they have this perception that, Black men are just going after the white women and such and such. But regardless, even if it was true, why does it matter? If you're not racist, right? Why does it matter? It doesn't. I don't care who dates who, okay? Right? I'm just saying.
what I resent and what I get crazy about is when the conversation starts to become about the comparison of whatever their preference is to Black women.
especially when they reach a certain
Because black
Black
women who date white men, you never hear Black women who date white men have a conversation around the fact that they don't like Black
They
men.
said, nigga, I tried everything. Serena tried everybody.
But she
Serena
did.
really tried.
No, but
did.
so it's never
Common fucked up. Common, what the
was
hell?
the last
I ain't gonna
straw.
hold you. I used to want me some Common.
I believe that.
But the way he's
Girl.
giving my tribe,
Yeah, I'm not going into the rest of this. You guys get the gist here, right? Again, I don't get people that are obsessed with this stuff, but when you hear them just talk, it is fascinating to hear the lack of logic when it comes to their opinions and why they believe the things they believe. All I'm saying is this: even though I don't necessarily agree with their take, they have the right to feel the way they feel. And it's crazy how they can say the things they're saying because they're not white. But if you're white, you wouldn't be able to say that. And I'm just saying, I would like to see a point when we get to society where no matter what race you are, you can openly say those things and state your preferences without being called some type of bigot. I'm just saying. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.